In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the button shortcodes that are built into Equity. This is our site, and we're using the must-see theme that's built on Equity, and therefore we have the shortcodes available. So I'm going to go to the dashboard of my site, and I've got a page here that I'm calling Test. And in this page, I've just got a raw link for the IDX Broker Mortgage Calculator. This is it in visual mode. Let's go to text mode, and you'll see here's my IDX Broker link for the mortgage calculator. So I saved this as a draft, so I'm going to preview this page. And you'll see there's my link. If I click on it, it'll open up that mortgage IDX Broker mortgage calculator. But I want to make this a button rather than just a raw link. So I'm going to use the button shortcode for that. So let's go back to our page. Now to view these shortcodes, all you have to do is go up to your admin bar where it says Theme Setup Guide and click on that. And in the theme documentation, click on Shortcodes. And we're going to scroll down to where it says Buttons. There we go. There's our buttons. We've got several parameters we can use in our button shortcodes. The size, whether we want a tiny, a small, or a large button. The URL for what we want that button to link to. And just like a regular link, it has to have the HTTP or HTTPS. What color do we want the button? You can use the default colors in your theme or make it a different color by using a hex code. The expand parameter allows you to have a full width button. And new tab, whether you want that button when you click on the link to open up into a new tab or window. So here's some example shortcodes here. I'm going to go ahead and just copy one of these. Let's see if I can find one here. Let's try this one. I'm just going to copy and paste and go back to my page. Now if you're going to copy and paste from the documentation, make sure you're in text mode. If you try to copy it in visual mode, it will copy over HTML tags with it and it won't work properly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste here in text mode and paste that shortcode. Okay. Now here are my parameters, the URL that I want it to go to. So I'm going to replace this with my IDX Broker URL here. Let's copy and paste and make sure it's inside those quotes. There we go. Size, I'm going to leave that as large. Color, now we have a color option. If we don't put anything, it will use the default theme color. But I'm going to change this to something else. And you use the hex code for the color. If you don't know the hex code for the color you want, there's several color pickers that you can do a Google search for. There's one here. I'm going to select the purple color, and here's my hex code here that I'm going to use. So let's go back and edit that code. I'm going to use 660066 for purple. And then the text that you want the button to display is in between the opening and closing shortcode brackets here. The opening one is here and the closing one's got the /. So what we want the button to display, I'm going to put here, and in this case I want it to be mortgage calculator. Okay, now let's save the draft of this and take a look at it. And let's go back to our test page and reload. And you see there's our purple button for the mortgage calculator. It's the large size, and when I click on it, it opens up to there. Okay, there's a couple of things I want to change. I want it to open up into a new tab, so let's go back to our shortcode here, and we're going to add the other parameter that's available. New tab equals true. Okay. Now another parameter I want to add, I want to make this button full width. I mean, I've got a large button, but I want it to go ahead and fill up the available space there. Whatever device it's on, it will fill up the full width. So I'm going to add the expand parameter. Expand equals true. Okay, now let's go ahead and save this draft again and go back to our page and reload. There we go. See, we got it full width. And if I click on it, you'll see it's opening now in a new tab. So those are some of the other parameters. So let's go back and review those parameters again. For your button, you need the URL, where you want them to go when they click on your button. What size do you want? And you have several size options. You have tiny, small, or large. Small is the default. If you don't put a size, it will be small, but I selected large. Color, you can leave this out and it would just use the default theme color, or you can specify a specific color by hex code, and it has to have that pound sign before the actual hex code. New tab, if you don't put anything, it will open up in the same window, but if you want it to open up in a different tab or window, you set new tab to true. And expand. The expand option gives you a full width button, which is what I selected here. So that's how you use the button shortcode in Equity.